What if everything you're living today was already written? Not as a fixed destiny, but as a deep commitment your soul made before it was even born. A spiritual contract. Yes, before coming to earth, you said, "I accept." You accepted the challenges, the encounters, the separations, the gifts, and the burdens. And even without remembering, you've been following that silent agreement. But now it's time to remember. Because a sacred contract isn't meant to be lived unconsciously. It must also be honored with awareness. If you feel there is something greater behind your story, subscribe now and turn on notifications. Today, you will begin to understand what your soul signed and why. A spiritual contract is an agreement made between souls before incarnation. It's not written on paper, but encoded in energy. It defines key experiences you agreed to live in order to expand your consciousness and fulfill your mission. These contracts are neither punishments nor rewards. They are opportunities to love where there was once betrayal, to forgive where wounds still remain, to evolve where you once got stuck. Your soul gathered with other souls. Together they chose the essential encounters, who your parents would be, your internal challenges, your greatest lessons. Some of these agreements involve pain, others loving reunions, but all have one purpose: to awaken you to who you are. When you were born, you forgot. This is the so-called veil of forgetfulness. It exists so that you can live the experience of reconnecting with the truth, not just knowing it intellectually. But the contract remains active. Even without conscious memory, your soul keeps guiding your steps through intuition, dreams, signs, and synchronistic encounters. The feeling of déjà vu, immediate connection with someone, repeating patterns, all of these may be your contract calling you to awaken. Remembering is not mental, it's vibrational. It happens when you're ready to look at yourself with honesty. And spiritual awakening is exactly that, remembering what you came to live and what was already agreed upon between souls. Each spiritual contract is unique, but there are patterns many souls follow. Relationship agreements, reunions with souls you've connected with in past lives, learning agreements, experiences that repeat until you grasp the lesson, mission agreements, talents and wounds that push you to help others, ancestral healing agreements. You were born into a family not to repeat it, but to heal it. Some contracts involve difficult roles: the abuser, the absent one, the betrayer. Others involve supportive roles: the guide, the partner, the loyal friend. And even the painful roles are part of the play. They are characters you and other souls agreed to embody in the name of your growth. Fulfilling a spiritual contract doesn't mean living a perfect life. In fact, it's often through challenges that the contract manifests. Common signs that you're aligned with it: deep emotional sensitivity, rejection of superficiality, heightened intuition, a strong desire to serve, heal, or teach, a sense of having a mission, even if you don't know what it is yet. It's also common to feel out of place, like you don't belong in this world, because, in a way, you remember you came from another plane, and you're here temporarily in service of something greater. Not remembering your contract doesn't prevent it from acting, but resisting it consciously can bring suffering. When you run from your truth, repeat patterns your soul came to break, or deny your intuitive callings, you feel it as stagnation, anxiety, emptiness. The soul speaks through discomfort, And when you ignore that calling, it's like you're delaying a journey that has already been planned. But it's never too late. At any moment, you can say, "I choose to remember." And that single conscious act is enough to reconnect you with your soul's path. To honor your spiritual contract is to live with more presence. It's to stop running from who you are, to embrace your gifts and also your wounds. Some practices that help on this path: meditation and silence to hear what the soul wants to say, intuitive journaling to access vibrational memories, observing patterns, what keeps repeating in your life, openness to forgiveness. Many parts of the contract involve release. To live your contract is to align with the love that you are. Even when there is pain, even when there is uncertainty, because the soul knows. Before you were born, you signed a contract with your own soul. And every challenge, every love, every loss, every reunion is part of that agreement. Today, you don't need to understand it all. But if something in this video touched your heart, trust you are remembering. Write in the comments, "I accept my contract," or "I'm ready to remember." Share this message with someone you feel is also awakening. And if you want to walk with me on this journey of spiritual reconnection, subscribe and turn on notifications, because the soul that remembers begins to live in truth.